Hey guys, Red X Rain here with another episode, already dead, of Let's Play Heart of Darkness for the original PlayStation. So we just started here on Disc 2, which sounds pretty unbelievable, considering we've only been playing for about less than 2 hours now. But yeah, so we're here in like the home of the Amigos, who are our amigos. They're under attack. God, this is really annoying. So this is kind of a... It's not so much a matter of beating the enemies at this point, because they're just going to keep kind of like respawning, or at least the flying ones anyway. The ones on the ground we can take out, and we need to run through them. So the best strategy, I think, is just stay in one corner or one side of the screen. Just keep shooting, and you really don't need to worry about the ground troops too much. It's the guys up in the air that throw the fireballs at you. And I always thought this scene was weird right here, because that feels like you died and that you messed up. But that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Just clear out the ground troops. I don't know, I feel like they could have put like a short cutscene or something about the stalling like load screen there. Leads me to believe that I did something wrong. Oh my gosh, these guys. We saw these guys for a second. Oh gosh, I don't know, a couple episodes back in like that cave area. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about this. There we go. I avoided them last time. I avoided them this time, but we're gonna have to take on some of them a little bit later. And I didn't climb that fast enough, and I think it sends me all the way back to the start. Well, the hanging bridge part, yeah. There we go. But yeah, whenever it comes to those little, like, these little grubby guys here, I'm sure they have very official names. I'm not quite sure what it is. I like, just, even though I've played this game many times, beaten it many times, I, like, just recently realized, or discovered, oh god, come on, man. I just recently discovered that these guys here are called the Dark Souls. There we go. Okay. That was alright. Yeah, this is kind of cool. So this thing can't kill you, but again, it's just another nice example of sort of the environment interaction, shadow design principle in this game that I just love it so much. Even though it's rough around the edges, man, do I love it. I just love the environments, and I just love the look and the atmosphere of it. It's perfect. I don't know if that works beforehand. Nope, it doesn't. I can just crawl past them anyway. Yeah, see, these guys, we gotta take care of these guys. So if you hit the little branches, I'm trying to line it up where I can maybe just hit one of them. Kind of stuns them. Doesn't kill them. Just can't really kill a shadow like that, I guess. Makes sense. Alright, I think this is where we get those grubby guys. Yeah, there they are. So there's really no avoiding them on this screen. Well, maybe there is, but I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, come on, man. I was off to a good start. So, whenever we're faced with these guys, my basic strategy is to... It's similar to fighting usually big groups of enemies, is to stick to like one side of the screen. It's like a good idea to... Oh... See what an effective strategy that is? Where are they going to put me? Before I start talking again. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. So usually, I think the most effective strategy is to stick to like one side, one wall, one corner if you can, and kind of let them come to you, because their paths are mostly random. But definitely, if you just like stand in the middle, they can come from above, from the left, from the right, from the bottom. So I feel like this is actually probably a better spot. I don't think I was quite here last time. So they're gonna keep probably coming out of this hole just to the right of Andy. Oh. Sometimes they get a little cautious, and you gotta wait. Move around a little bit. Oh, I'm surprised that worked. One more? Come on. If there's just one, it's usually not too bad. You can kind of wander around a bit and... Oh, there's two. Okay, well... And, yeah, technically they take 2 hits. One to kind of bloat them up, and then another to kind of, like, make them, make that, like, farting sound, and they just kind of blow away. But thankfully, once you hit them once, they bloat up. But if you leave them, they'll eventually pop on their own. They don't, like, I wouldn't call it regaining health, but it's not like they shrink back down and can get you again. And this I usually just jump. Come on. Okay, didn't work. More nice environment interaction here. And then those guys that were trapped are going to come over here any second. Whoop. Oh, come on. It's always so hard to hit one, you know? There we go. Okay. Sometimes it's dangerous and it's risky, and I wouldn't recommend it. But it's definitely easier, obviously, to hit those. Well, any enemy really when you're not clinging to a wall, but definitely those flying guys. Don't want to go down. No, I want to go up and to the right. Yeah, that's it. Because technically you can come over here and shoot them when you're on the wall, but I would much rather be on stable ground and just keep shooting that way. Plus, again, you're on one side of the screen. It's always easier to kind of corner yourself in a good way. Oh, yeah. So watch for the falling bricks. Not bricks, rocks. It's the return of these pounding guys. But thankfully, when they pound on the ground or that ledge, they don't, like, shake you from falling. You just gotta avoid those. Come on. Whew. There you go. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. And I think this is the end of this area. We get some new enemies here. These, like, spider shadows. Don't try and kill them. I don't even know if it's possible. If it is possible, it's still not recommended. Just keep climbing. Just keep cornering yourself, kid. That's how you do it. Saved once again. Is it stuck? God, I hate when it lags like that. Okay, so there's some shadow guys creeping under here. This has always been kind of a weird part of the game for me. It's I mean, I guess it just kind of suffers from. And I'm not going to jump over that plate, although I think I might actually need to hit it, but I'm going to take care of the enemies first. It's a really simple puzzle here, I know it. Okay, that raises that one. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to run over this one, and then jump over the second one. Oh, crap. Oh, wait. Hold on. It's going to go... Oh, okay. Seems unnecessary for that first plate to even be there if you could just run. Speaking of running, this is no running by the lava pool. Yeah, this part of the game is... I don't know how to feel about it. It definitely feels like the middle of the game in kind of a bad way, like... You know, the first level... Oh, by the way, okay, so let's talk about this for a second. So these spider guys... there's just one here, and we definitely want to take him out. So you can see they kind of like make this like I don't know, it's like spit or something. If Andy touches it, he slips, which on its own wouldn't be too bad. But of course, we're over like a pond or a lake of lava here, so and it's not a lot of room to fall or anything, so we really don't want to fall and, you know, to our instant death. 1 is not too bad, but we'll see in a couple screens when you get a bunch of those together on one wall, they can be really not very difficult. Not very difficult, but tedious and annoying to have to kill. They're kind of giving this one, making this a little easier on us. Like, yes, I guess you probably could just climb from the wall from the bottom, but it's much better. It's like shooting from a turret, like World War II kind of bunker shooting. It's kind of fun. Again, I guess it's, you know, if you haven't played the game before, it you know, there's a lot of enemies going on there at once. There's the flying Dark Souls, there's the grub guys, and there's the Shadow Spider guys. Again, I don't even know if that's their real name. That's what I call them. So it's just, I guess, getting you accustomed to seeing like how they move and what they do and that sort of thing. I have further to fall here, so yeah, as you can see, you touch the green slime, you slip. All you have to do is press X again. It's still really annoying. And speaking of really annoying, this is what I was talking about, where generally they can eat you. Oh my god, I didn't even realize grub guys are here too? Jeez. That's a really terrible duo right there. I think they'll just start me the screen below. And everything's already cleared out, so that's not too bad. But yeah, the real threat of the Shadow Spiders is, yeah, they'll eat you if you get too close or if they get too close to you. But generally, it's more like they do stuff like this. They pull this kind of crap where, you know, they'll make you fall into the lava in this case, or they'll distract you from the grubs, or they'll make you fall right into a grub. So let's actually try... Gosh, I wish I could just get down to like just one of these or two of these things. But I'm going to try and get it over to one side here so that I can take care of the grub guys, because they're really more of a threat. There we go. I hope it's just one. Yeah, see, he was coming to eat me, but basically once they like see you and they start on that kind of trajectory, they move in a pretty straight path. And so it's almost like you kind of want them to come get you, because then you know exactly where they're going. They're not going to shoot the green spit stuff. I swear there was one more. Ugh. Alright. Not cool, man. Hurt my doggy. But yeah, what I was saying before, I was starting to say was that this definitely feels like the middle of the game where it's like, you know, the first, like when the game first started, we had like that plasma cannon thing, right? And then it got taken away from us. It's like, oh man, they're, you know, throwing something different at me. I have to adapt to this change. Ah, crap. Yeah, I gotta adapt to this change. And it's like, oh, but now we found this like magic rock. Oh, we get to interact with the environment. And, like, look, the seeds grow and that kind of thing. And so it's like every level progressively, although there's not really distinct levels here, I get that. I'll admit that. It does feel like it kind of plateaus in terms of teaching you new mechanics. I guess the new enemies are kind of like new mechanics, but it definitely kind of feels just like, I don't know, maybe it's not so much a criticism of they're not introducing enough new stuff at this point, as much as it is sort of a criticism that they introduce so much at the start, like they could have taken their time. I should have gotten up to that ledge first. Although I feel like that's just spawning me there at that point made it a lot easier, actually. Ah, as I die. Come on. If I could just get him before he even shoots. Oh my god. I'm hitting him! That should not have taken 3 hits. Okay. I don't think these... Yeah, no, those are just bad for when you're on the bottom. I feel like there's one more shadow guy. I don't know how he sneaked past me or why I'm shooting straight up. Those must be some really resilient seeds. You can see the seed down there at the bottom. Make sure there's no guys up there. I don't know, I thought there were for some reason. Yeah, these seeds that exist in the Darklands must be like super seeds, like seeds that can survive in space kind of stuff, because, I mean, how hot do you think it is here with this, like, boiling lava that I just touched? And I bet I have to restart. Yep. Oh, video game logic. You can stand right next to the spurting lava. Oh, God. You can stand right next to the spurting lava, and that won't hurt you. Don't worry about that. You're not going to overheat. You're not going to get third-degree burns or steam burns or anything like that. No, just don't touch it. Oh, my God. Ridiculous. So I'm going to take this opportunity, since this seems like it's going to take me a little while, to actually address something I've kind of been skirting around a little bit, and actually came up in a comment that one of my viewers left on the very first video, a disparity that I had already addressed. How different, in a very bad way, the gameplay, this stuff, looks from the FMV sequences. And long story short, I kind of mentioned this already, but it's really just indicative of the really harsh production schedule that this game went through. So the production started in '92. Keep in mind, this game came out in 1998, okay? So they start production in '92, it's gonna be a PC game. And like this graphics right now, I could see this being a PC game. It looks a little better than Eric Chahi's other work, like Another World. I mean, that game is beautiful, but this just has, you know, more richer colors and that kind of thing. And so, like, the whole basic, like, level layout and that kind of stuff, the basic story, stayed the same, right? So it was going to be for the PC, right? Then they announced the 3DO, and they're like, oh, Eric Chahi and the team, they're like, oh, let's make it for that instead. And so then they had to, like, readapt it for the 3DO. Made it look a little bit better, but by the time they were done, the 3DO was already a defunct system. So they're like, crap, well, let's go back to making it a PC game. But then in '96, Sega kind of like cut like a loose deal, I guess, for this to be a Sega Saturn game. Which again, graphically, I could see this being a Sega Saturn game. Again, let's not talk about the FMV sequences, just this gameplay stuff, right? It could totally have. Oh my God, I knew it! I knew there were things up there. God damn it. I'm just glad I have something to talk about. Where was I? Okay, so '96. Sega makes this deal. It's going to be for the Sega Saturn. Well, same thing happens. They readapt everything to be for the Sega Saturn. By the time they're done, Sega Saturn craps out. Not much of a, not very profitable system. They have to nix that. And so it went through all these, like, permutations, and that's kind of what happened with the game. The game stayed the same.
Help! Amigos need you! Look!
What's wrong?
We're tired! His magic broke! Help!
But I can't. I've got to find whiskey.
Man, kid, can you lay off the sauce for like a day? I think we need to. I think we need to have a talk.
Come on, amigo. Let's help.
No, Andy! Too late! Turn it!
Yeah, so how about that? So
Are you okay?
the Amigos are. I mean, I guess maybe just the flying ones
It's one of them.
are the Dark Shadows, the Dark Souls. Seems like there wouldn't be enough of a population to really bring all that out. I'm talking like the guys that like crawl on the ceilings and stuff. They don't look like Amigos, but.
Okay, guys. We gotta do something. Let's get the magic rock. Magic rock. Hey, it's right there, guys. Down there. See it?
Magic, magic, magic! Wow!
Hey, what's happening?
But anyway, just to finish what I was saying, whenever a game goes through that kind of production schedule, the results usually are not good. Oh, by the way, I love this part. We'll just let this happen for a little while I finish my point. So that's basically what ended up happening. The core gameplay didn't really change that much. That's why it's so good. But they were so panicked once they realized, like, okay, we're going to get this out on the PlayStation. They just rushed through the FMV sequences because they didn't want that to hold up the production schedule even further. Thus, it looks really different. And it plays, and it really looks very different because if you think about it, 8 years, it's really not even the same team working on it. So, you know, it just doesn't really have the same feel. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I do always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time